Good evening. Surprise, surprise, surprise. We're out with another stream tonight. I wasn't going to stream tonight. This flight was just going to fly it out just to see if I could work out the bugs we had getting into St. Louis with it. But you know what? It's such a short flight. Why not? We're going, as you saw, Memphis to, or I'm sorry, correction, reverse it, St. Louis to Memphis. About a 50-minute flight, if even that. I mean, we're only talking 300 miles. So we may pop an hour on this. Probably more me talking than plane flying. But anyway, we're going to take the Rotate MD-11 out for another spin, so to speak, and head down to the Super Hub in Memphis. So I hope you enjoy the ride. We're not going to be talking a lot here. We're going to just kind of work through some things, let you all see it, and feel free, folks. I will do my best to watch the chat and be responding. But I hope you all enjoy this rather short run. Should be a great flight. So as we said, we're up here in St. Louis. Let's get into the office here so we can see what's going on here. We'll pull Sim Toolkit up and real quickly walk through this. Oh, he says that. And where did Sim Toolkit get off to hiding? There it is. And we even got the route up here real quick so you can see how it's going to be. Basically, the Chuck 6 departure MYERZ transition to WHOLL, WHOLL, onto the Barbecue 3 into Memphis. I mean, like I said, folks, this can't get much more straightforward than this. Easy peasy is the name of the game, and hopefully we don't take a tour of Memphis International Airport to get up to the World Hub. All right, so let's pull the nav graph away. And as you can see, a big blob is right over St. Louis, kind of extending into a little bit of action could hit us when we get there. We'll see. But for the most part, it's booting its way out of here. All right, let me kind of zoom in again. And real quick, METAR look here. Winds 130 at 7. That's going to mean the 1-2s for us. Which one we take, nobody knows yet. Run 10 miles of visibility. We have an overcast layer at 7,500 feet. Folks, that is our ceiling. Everything's good. Capiche, we can get out of here legally. Temperature balmy 7, not a balmy, but it's 17 outside and 2980 on the altimeter, as they say in Europe. Memphis, not really much difference other than wind out more out of the north. We're going to check the METAR or check the ATIS, I hope, on this here shortly. 10 miles of visibility, scattered 23, broken 75, folks. Weather is pretty much not going to change much. Temperature a little warmer, 21, as one would expect going south. 29, 71, closer to that low pressure, obviously. All right, clear that away. And 24 people. Now, how did we pull that? Oh, I know how we pulled that off. Okay, so 24 people are going to be on from FedEx. Plus 106,000. Well, the total payload's 106,820. 36,939 for the fuel. And dispatch is giving us our company profile of 200 and flight level 340. That one, I'm not 100% sure we'll be able to make, but we'll see. All right, so there you go, folks. And as you saw with NavGraph here, it's a nice little tool added into here. We can actually talk a little bit. Well, actually, not really, because we haven't looked at the ATIS yet. Let me pull up the D-ATIS for St. Louis, see what we're dealing with. KSTL. All right, we are visuals to runway 11, departing 12 left. All right, so we got a little bit of a taxi. We'll be taking off the runway that's pretty close to where we're at, but we just got a taxi down, I believe it's Echo, and then turn for the runway. 9,013 feet. So basically we're here, we'll come down Kilo, Echo, and up here to on Sierra to the runway. After that, the Chuck 6 departure, folks. Coming off the 12s, we'll go to Hefner, Dafus, GJ, and then on to Chuck, and then MYERZ. MYERZ is where we'll terminate this because we're going to be heading to WHOLL, which is the start of the barbecue. So we won't be going on to the transition. Okay, so that wraps up the, well, gives us a lot of stuff done here. Let's put all of this away and let's get ready to do some flying, shall we? And we got a lot of work to do here, folks. Less than a dozen flights in this plane. So hopefully I remember. All right, so we do have it on external power. Batteries are on, and I don't think there's anything else we can actually do until we pop the APU on. Trying to think off the top of my head, looking at it. Lights are on. Emergencies. Go ahead and arm. And I think that's it. Okay, I hope so. We'll find out. You know, that's how flying with Mike rolls sometimes. All right, so let's come up here and let's load this bad boy out. Load manager, total payload. Anyone remember? Because I sure don't. Just kidding. I have some brief at my beck and call. Do you? All right, payload 106,820. 106,820. All right, zero fuel weight. What did that bring us to? 360.82. What are we shooting for? 368.9. Okay, so let's do this. Let's make this 114. There's 368. We need 9. What do we need? 997. So how about we do this? 56. Okay, 7. And I'm going to say close enough. All right, so we're only off by 10 pounds, roughly 15 pounds. We'll go with that. I think we can live with that. Payload. Whoa, CG is a little off. Let's get the fuel and all in here first. Because we need that like way. Oh boy. Now let's see what happens here once we fuel up. Okay, fuel for today, 36,939. Okay, taxi fuels to, is it 2,000 or 1,000 on this plane? Hang on. I think it's, now that I think about it, I think it's 1. Nope, I was right, 2,000, okay. Oh, the 767, I think is what I was thinking. And the trip fuel, planned arrival. No, we don't need plan en route. There we go, 13,442. Oh, this is not proving to be any... Oh, Lord have mercy. What do we do when it doesn't get up high enough? Okay, I am kind of at a loss here, folks. I am supposed to set that payload CG at 30, and I can't get anywhere near it. We're going to just run with that. I'm going to go ahead and reset us back. 115. Should put us really close. 36893. Oh boy. Okay, we're gonna go with this. All right, let's go to ground ops and load the plane. See what happens. Worst case scenario, she goes to her tail. Oh boy. All right, let me check into chat, see if anyone's here knows the issue at hand as we watch the plane load. I'm also going to pull up the manual because we're in a gray area here with me, and I am lost, if you will. Okay, to the left till I get takeoff CG between 30 and 31. Okay, now I remember. Okay, it's a takeoff CG, not the payload. Okay. All right, so we'll just keep watching. A little bit of eye candiness here, not a whole lot, folks. I mean, the loader comes back a good ways before it disappears. You know, so folks, that's great. All right, let's get back to that loading, shall we? Let's get that CG set correctly. I think it is. 30, what do we need it to be? 30 to 31. I think I heard someone say if you set it to 30.5, you're in excellent shape. There we go. All right, so I think we're good. Gotta love the words, I think. All right, so let's get going. Okay, we're loaded. Well, we're on the tutorial flight. Let's see if I've skipped anything to date. Pre-flight, battery switch is on. Okay, aircraft's been loaded. External power or APU. Well, we're going to actually switch into the APU right now. All right, to do this, if memory serves, I just hit the APU power switch. You'll get the available to blink until it comes online. And then we'll be able to turn I believe it goes right to generator. We'll see though. And then down below, we'll click APU here and get our climate control set. Okay. Okay, there we go. Arm, and yep, we're good. Okay, enunciator test. Got to remember that was a tough one to find. Here it is. Okay. Everything looks good up top. Unfortunately, couldn't check the PFDs. Okay, let's go down here. Click APU as I told you we would. 1 and 2. They will come to on, and the flows will go off. All right, leads are on. All right, now it's the fun time. We're going to get alarms. Okay, cool. 2, 3. Test. Defog off. All right. So now that we're in alignment, let's come back down here and get this thing starting to, oh, that's right, we can't. Hang on. Forgot we can't do that. Ref. Oh. Yeah, reference aircraft status. Reference aircraft status. What I'm looking for, April 20 to May 18, all 23, so we're looking good on our flight plan databasing. Okay, so we'll go now from here to F plan init. Type in our KSTL diagonal.
Dive.
Okay, and we'll have to go check to see who's joined us here.
Dive.
B for attitude. Welcome in, sup. Oh, come on now. You're now as a dispatcher. You should know this by now. Come on, it's right there in front of you. The MD-11. Oh, I see what you're talking about, sir. Thank you. Well, now hold on here. Why did it not? Yeah, I see the issue, and I don't get it. Okay, now it's set right. That's weird that it did that. My apologies, folks. This is not an A320, although, not to upset anyone, it's pretty close to it's Airbus material, folks. Hate to break it to you. All right, so we need the alternate, which, you know what, I did not look up. So how things going with you there, bad attitude? Alternate is not on this. Oh yeah, no, it's not. We are going to back to St. Louis. Okay, and you know that doesn't surprise me. Come to think of it now, it's either going to be to here. Well, it won't be to O'Hare from there. But yeah, we are in the MD-11. It says right there, right under model. Always got to give. You got to give the dispatchers a little bit of crap, folks, or they're going to just think they own the world. Oh, wait, they already do. Anyway. Oh, we're having way too much fun here. Today's flight number, FedEx 8 Uno Uno. Boom. And let's just go ahead and align. All right, moving on, folks. Moving on up. Let's head up and do a hydraulics test. Why don't we do that? I got to remember where the button is. Oh, there it is. Test. Come back down. Will it pass? Will it fail? Nobody knows. But anyway, you guys won't know that, so I'm just going to leave it there. Hydraulics. All right, and it's in a hydraulic pressure check. And what we're going to see here, folks, it's going to charge. Actually, it's doing a lot of things. But we're going to see one AOG come on and then charge number 3. Our quarts or quarts. Yeah, runs on quarts of oil. No, gallons. It'll charge to 3,000, hold, fire up number 2, and then charge these 2. Charge 1. Then as it's full, system's checked, done its test to make sure it holds, starts draining it as it fills number 2. I know, very crude, very flying with my guest language. You all can lambaste me all you want. But truly, that's what it will do. See, it's starting to fall, and then poof, up it goes. It's just checking the upper and lower limits of, now the lower limit's triggered, there's the alarm, boom, down it goes. Same with the middle one. Once those 2 are down to a sufficient level, the 3,000 will have drained. We'll start draining. Just got hit with 6 ads. I apologize. I do apologize there. I'm glad to hear ground school's going well. And the hydraulic test is over. All right. Coming back down, let's kind of slide this away. Actually, I am going to get rid of this. It's always in the way. All right, so we need to set the confirm inches. Okay. Set the current altimeter. Excuse me, folks. Current altimeter 2980. Okay. And then, hang on, I'm going to go over to the other side real quick. Get rid of that one as well. Can I just do it here? Good. Okay, good. It's already set. All right. Then, set my baro. I think we'll run with radar altimeter, and we just need. I know, I'm being that kind of guy. All right, so we're at 200. I need 400. Okay, and that's good enough for me. All right. After this heading, readout is mag, and right there's mag, and bank angle set to auto. Now this one's hang on, folks. I love to do this. Okay, and what we're looking for is very hard to see, but you see the little notch here? You're wanting to see that whole line there, so we're at auto. Okay, again, most relevant data. So now we're going to come back and we're going to fill out the rest of MD-11. Okay, first thing we're going to be doing is going to, well, actually, we're going to finish the flight plan in it. Our trip is going to 34 is what they're wanting. I thought it was. Hang on. Yeah, 34. I really don't think we're going to make it, but you know, I have been surprised in the past. And we'll keep the temperature. CI is 200. Okay. All right, so now we're going to head to, see what happens on page 2. Where's next? Page. Okay, everything looks good. Clear. I said clear and clear. Let's go. Page. Oh, now I see why I'm confused where it's headed. Okay, we did the weights. Okay, now we'll enter the flight plan. And it's not really a tough flight plan. From the ATIS again, we're taking off 12 left. Okay. Sid. 12 left. Chuck. MYERZ. Okay, so Chuck is our SID, MYERZ is our transition, off of runway 12 left, insert. If I had one huge complaint outside of this aircraft, I'm not a MD-11 fan, this is it. No pop-ups, no pop-outs. So, which makes things a little difficult here, because what I want to do is go up here to plan, and I want to step through my flight plan, and with it not being able to pop out easily, it makes it a little on the tough side to MYERZ. Again, overall, a good aircraft, especially those of you that love these kind of aircraft. I am not a huge fan of it to start with, but it is a good aircraft. Like I said, there are some problems I don't like with it, but that doesn't mean anyone else. So that's why I don't say don't buy it. It's a good airplane, folks. You better learn how to read some manuals sometimes to get through some of the hiccups you're gonna find that aren't true hiccups, they're just hiccups in your mind. So once you get past those, folks, it's a piece of cake. All right, so stars, let's see, we're coming in ILS 18 left on the barbecue 3, whole transition. Have a transition for 18 left, additional does not appear. Let me double check. 18 left. Nope, I appear to only have final, which is cool. This is a very simple, straightforward run, and then we click insert. All right, so why do we have a discontinuity? Airbus may or may not have put this in theirs, but they do here. So we got the MYERZ, which here, let's get charts up. Really helps if you see, that's the other problem here, folks. Taking up a lot of screen space here. And all right, so let's try this. Hopefully this will give us what we need, charts. Okay, that'll work. Real quick, hide this. Okay, where we left off at, we got to WHOLL. Oh, I'm sorry. No, we didn't. We got to MYERZ. So then we're direct WHOLL, which is the start of the barbecue, coming down. So we'll just close that. Oh, of course not. Of course. See, this is why I don't like pop-outs. Or not having them. Ugh, they're a pain in the... All right, so again, WHOLL's Hog Barbecue. See it right here. Jamla. Now, Jamla. I'm going to pull up the actual arrival so you can see this. Now, barbecue, or I'm sorry, hog, we got to be at 290. 290 below 26. 280 below 23 on the next. Jamla is where, actually, no, barbecue is where the split actually occurs. North ops, south ops. So one route off of barbecue will take you on to coming up from the south. The other will take you coming down from the north. We're coming right now down from the north. BTC could change all of this if it comes up. It did. All right, so we may have to come offline. Okay, yeah, because I don't want to have to change anything right now, so we're going to come offline. All right, so whole hog bit. Okay, next. From Jamla, it's manual to Reese. Okay, now Reese will be the initial for our approach on 1-8. And then we just follow it down. So actually, what I am going to do, again, bear with me, I'm going to slide over, hit clear, and clear. Oh, it's not going to let me because I got to clear the manual. Okay, no biggie. All right, Reese, Rone, 1-8. Rone is right there. We should be 2,000. Yep. And everything looks good on the flight plan. All right, so hang on. Let me come back up here, put it back in map. And back down here. All right, so there you go, folks. We got the flight plan in. Okay, next up on our checklist. Let's see. I know we got to head to... All right, so now we're going to head to the takeoff page. Again, this is where it's slightly different, not much, than Airbus. Airbus, this falls under perf. Here, it falls under here. Okay, so we're going to set the flex value here. And what do they flex? They set at 50. I'm going to go with 30 and hope for the best. Next up will be slope and wind. Oh, wait, somewhere in here is flaps. This is the part I'm having hard times with. What flap to use? Oh, wait a minute, I can try something here. Bear with me 1 second, I'm bringing TopCat in. I forgot I could do this in TopCat. TopCat's up here. Okay, so let's find our MD-11 right there. Weight and balance, we just need 100. Did we say we were? Where is some brief? 368.97. Okay, that'll be close enough. Fuel on board. 36,939. 2,000 here. We said trip fuel 13,342. Okay. There you go. That's the quick way to set this up, folks. Now you could go through Professional Flight Planner, export it over. We're just doing this rapidly to get us over here. We're going, first off, I'm not worried about flight number. We're just KSTL and KMEM. All right, and we're on 12 left, update. Okay, so they got us at 14 degrees. We're on a dry runway. We're going to go normal takeoff, packs on, anti-ice on. That's because it's been raining. And we're on a wet runway. Let me check that. It should be in there. Yep, we're on a wet runway. Okay, so we got all our basics put in. Now, stab trim will be a function of the FMC, so we're going to hit compute. It's going to tell us our preferred with what we have distance remaining for our, well, we could go 50. Why don't we just look at doing 50? Leave us 2,400 feet of runway. I'm going to go with it. I didn't think we'd be capable of that. Okay. Flaps. Looks like 10. Okay, and for the runway, we are sloped up 0.8, and our head yeah, we have a tail. You know what? I'll just put it in like crud. Oh, crud. Okay, check and confirm speeds. All right, 140. This probably will not match up. So I like 144. Is that, you know what? I'm going to go with these. They're fine. All right, and that, folks, I think is the end of the McDo. All right, so let's come over. I did it again, folks. There's our V speeds. We're ready to go. Okay, folks, that's pretty much it. Now we just got to dial in the speed limit. Okay, 250. Okay, we're going to just do this. So we're at 250. I'm going to go 240. Just not to be different here, folks, just to give me that little cushion. Runway heading here is 123. And initial out of here. Initial, he says, is 5,000. Well, You know what? We'll do it. And if I'm doing everything right, I should be able to transition, continue my climb. All right, that takes us to where we're ready to go. Okay, so let me come down here. Okay, and turn that off. All right, let's get that door closed. Get back outside. Door's closed. I hope I clicked it, and there it goes. Stair set, dismiss. Okay, those are closed. Okay, and why are we flashing? Why are we flashing? Hopefully that is... Did we align? We're going to find out on takeoff. Otherwise, we're going to hand fly it. Or call it. One of the two. Like I said, not a huge fan of this. But I have not taken us off ground power yet. Why are they flashing? Check. Oh my God, I did not. I thought I pushed that. Well, I know how to get around that if I need to. I don't want to, but I know how to. Like I said, I hate doing that, but oh well. I don't have time to wait on it again, so. Okay, that's off. Stops. Dismiss. Dismiss. Close. All right, last few times trying better pushback has been comical.
Hey, Captain, let me know where you want this thing.
And hopefully not the same today.
Great news, Captain. Your tow's coming.
All right, so we're going to try this, folks. Let me see what all I need to clear away. Top Cat. Yes, it is there, Hawker. Welcome aboard. Hope you enjoy, because it's right now being a little bit trashy. But that's okay. We're going to see if we can have some comic relief here with the better pushback. It has been that every time.
All right, looks like the doors and hatches are closed and we're ready to connect.
All right, folks, hope you've enjoyed the stream to date. If you have, click follow. We'd love to have you come along. See us on our next trip. Tomorrow, there is a possibility of a stream, but right now I'm not planning one. So it's kind of a free-for-all day. Actually, I have a flight in mind, but my mind is slowly beginning to want to change that. So, well, if I do fly, it'll be just the same way. Come over to our Discord channel, and you'll see a news flash saying, "Hey, Flying with Mike is going to be doing this."
Welcome aboard, Captain. Toes connected, bypass pins inserted. Go and kill the parking brake when you're ready to go.
All right, let's see what we get this time. This is one of those pet peeves where I got to actually click
Here comes
it
the pushback. Light them up.
and not use my parking brake switch. And you're probably wondering why am I not starting? Because this thing has been, like I said, really trashy of late. I do not like how it pushes back with better pushback, and may have to start using that onboard one. We'll see. It's been a couple weeks since it's flown, so we'll find out. Who knows? We may take a trip through Memphis too once we land, because it won't go into reverse thrust. Oh yeah, we've had some fun with this plane, folks. Look on our YouTube channel, which came up. Go look at a couple of the flights. One of them went pretty well. One, well, we took a trip here. It took maintenance a little bit to get the plane ready to leave for Memphis. And this is so much better than the last time I did better pushback with this. The last two flights I did with this, folks, this plane would be going all over your screen trying to get to where it's going to end up. All right, so while we're pushing, let's go ahead and go to A.
Just about done here. Go ahead and set your parking brake.
Okay. Brake set, pins on the left
And
or right,
we're
please.
disconnecting the tow. Give me just a moment.
All right, so we're going to start 3. And at 15%, which is going to be right here, we take the switch up. Next engine to start will be number 1. And last flight, folks, that I flew in this to see what I was doing wrong, I was able to set the spoilers to arm for takeoff and landing, so that was some of the help.
And we're disconnected. Signal and pin on the right. Take it easy and have a safe flight.
Thumbs up with the pin. I know, I'm all over the place. All right, so let's start up number 3. Or I'm sorry, number 1. Up arrow, click these engine start switches. You'll see it spooling, and again at 15%, we can inject the fuel. Turn the fuel lever on. Or, you know, before it, like I just did. Hey, Matt, 1997 Air, welcome in. Hope your day's gone well. Okay, switch off and just about spooled. And we're stable. Going for number 2, the middle engine. Okay, fuel. Okay, once we're started. Okay. All right, and we are spooled up. All right, so now what we're going to go is back up here to the overhead. First thing on the air panel here, go to APU, turn that off. I think it's this stop. It's the one I got to click. Don't know if I got to hold it. All right, well, we'll find out. All right, and then verify our gens are all on, and they are. And okay. All right, so now we're going to come back down. I'll check this in a few minutes. Come back down here. Click. Config. All right, from here, we're going to check our surfaces. Okay, those are all good. Now we'll set stabe trim to 4.0. Once that's set, we'll move the flap lever. Let me see where we're set. Set this up. Got to go up. Okay. It should bring us to flaps 10. Flaps 10. Now, did you see that, folks? This is really bizarre. I'm going to give you that right now. Here's your flaps. You have this thing called dial a flap. You set your flap setting for takeoff in this window, and then you come down to dial a flap. Weirdest, I mean, I'm sorry, that is absolutely bizarre, weird, beyond belief. And yeah, again, I don't get it. But again, probably not meant for me to get. Okay, and then check our V speeds. Still good to go. I don't know why the master couple. And before takeoff. All right, so review alerts. Packs bleed will go off automatically with the power. Select anti-ice. Oh yeah, we want anti-ice on. So let's come back up here. We need our windshield on. 2 and 3 on. Okay, I think we're ready to taxi. Here we go. And this is why I don't like this, because usually I hit the pinky switch on my HOTAS here and start taxiing. St. Louis traffic, FedEx 811 heavy. From the FedEx ramp, taxi to runway 12 left. And just for those joining in late, we are not on VATSIM. This is more of a refamiliarize with this aircraft flight. It's, like I said, a short haul. Going to Memphis from St. Louis, folks. Hop, skip, and a jump, literally. And for an MD-11, you know, it pretty much will bounce its way there. Sorry, folks. Like I told you, I'm not a big fan of this plane. That's why I don't get in too much my likes and dislikes, because we all have them different. And when someone's already prone to not liking a plane, I don't like dispelling that out on you. All right, so we got the ice on, no smoking, everything looks good. I'm gonna go ahead and set for reject takeoff. Now, to arm this thing, pull up, just like in the Airbus, folks, except it's a little different. Okay, we're crossing 12 left. And the main reason also I don't want to be online for this one, folks, even though I started online, there could be a runway change en route, and I really just don't want to. I'd like to just keep it how I've got it set up until I get more familiar with the plane and go from there. And I think those of you who may be controllers may go thank you and may say chicken. Either way, you're welcome. And Hawker, I hope you're getting your MD-11 out and giving it a run to Memphis. Hey, on down to the end of the runway we go. So again, folks, hope you enjoy the ride. Hopefully it'll go smooth. I am doing this pretty much with the help of the tutorial right in front of me. Trying to do as much of this from memory so I get like I am with the other aircraft I fly. The more complex ones, like the A320, the A319. While some may not like them, they're more complex. A lot of complexities to them, but They're also very simple to fly. Although today would not have been a good way to say that they're easy to fly. Flaps out? I guess I do. It just doesn't look it. All right. And St. Louis Tower FedEx 811 Heavy will be ready at the end of the runway. Roger, we'll line up and wait. FedEx 811. All right, I can already hear it. Some of you are going, that is not the default St. Louis scenery. That is correct. You would be correct. This, however, is the St. Louis scenery that came out literally a month or two before X-Plane 12. Now, my only complaint in this, and it's aimed more at me, I'm pretty sure, than the developer. One, the developer made it for X-Plane 11. So that's why I'm saying it's mostly aimed at moi. Some of the things we're accustomed to now in X-Plane 12 don't work here. Also, some of the things we were accustomed to with this scenery in X-Plane 11, either I don't have all of the pieces in X-Plane 12, or it's just not compatible with X-Plane 12. The latter is probably more the what could be. But again, most of it at me. I figured, what the heck? It's one of the only airports, folks, I've actually added to. Memphis is interesting, but it is the default. All right, we're taking the active. We're cleared to line up and wait. That is what we're going to do. Quick brief on the departure for those late into the coming here. Since we were able to do that during pre-flight, we'll do it again on the runway. No traffic, so we're good. You know, one thing I got to find out here with St. Louis, would they have taxied down the other side of the runway? Used to be a runway over there, folks. That's why I don't think they would. All right, I'm going to go ahead and set the brakes up just so we don't lose any more runway than we have. All right, real quick, like I said, we're going to do a quick departure brief on the runway here, so those late to the show get it, fresh. All right, so we're up here in St. Louis. Here, I'll even take it this far. All right, so instructions for the 1-2s. We're going to go on a heading of 123, set right there in the MCP. To Hefner. Okay, I'm sorry. To 1,120 feet, then direct Hefner, direct Davos, direct GJ, direct Chuck, direct MYERZ. MYERZ is where we end. That transition is where we get off this departure. Initial climb 5,000, set in the MCP. This is an RNAV departure, so you need an IRU GPS radar required. We're 617 feet above MSL with a transition of 18,000. Departure is with me. So, alrighty, then from Chuck we go on. If we maintain 5,000 until 10 minutes after departure, guess what? We're going to be already climbing in my book. All right. A second, folks. I want to check. Brought the checklist over. Okay, so before takeoff, okay, takeoff data checked. All okay. B speeds 16816. Whoa. Oh, I'm sorry, I read it backwards. I'm going, how do I have a V1 speed faster than rotate? All right, V1's 144 due to the wet runway. 164 is rotate 168's V2. Climb out 178. Boy, this is going to be fun. All right, so before takeoff, auto flight on. And what the heck does that mean, folks? That means you just push this button. Bam, we're on. EAD, checked. That's here. No messages other than what's in blue, and that is good. Extension lights ready. Let's turn the lights on. We're Roger, FedEx 811, clear for takeoff, 12 left. Lights on. Strobes on. Hydraulic panel auto, manual, air panel auto, man, cabin ready and announced, and radar on TARA. Okay, folks, buckle up, here we go. All right, brakes off. Spoilers arm, flaps set. Real quick up here, I'm going to turn traffic, which there won't be any, so here we go. Brakes, 50%. Push them forward. All right. 80 knots. Okay, V1. Rotate, V2. Gear up, positive right. Okay, 1120. Oh, that's nice. You all see that on the nav display. Let's put land one more time. Autopilot's coming on. Just gonna wait and see if it takes. The other problem we ran into is knowing which way to push this. Damn it, I did it again. Alright, so we are beginning our climb. All right, I think we are en route. We've got our flaps, I believe, all the way up now. And we can push the spoiler bar down. Okay, after takeoff checks complete, I believe. Air, spoiler down, flaps set, hydraulic, everything, EAD's checked, and we're good. Seatbelts are auto, and all right, we are set, folks. As we rocket. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? Doggone it. Oh well. No big deal. Forgot to start the ACARS program. Yeah, I'm getting real tired of that. All right, yeah. And go back. Yep, we forgot to start it. That's okay. Worst case scenario, I'll refly it in a different plane, or maybe this one again. We're in hyperspace, folks. Okay, at this rate, we will make 34,000. All right. Few mistakes that I saw I made, and I make them every time, so we're going to try next time to be more cognizant of them. All right, so I need to increase. Alright, I do have a question for you folks seasoned in this plane. Is there a way to turn on terrain radar? I sure don't see it. Don't even think I'm seasoned in this, folks. Yeah, you watched that takeoff, you'd have known I'm not that seasoned in it. Well, we're getting closer. Alright, so takeoff's complete. We're up and we're climbing. Okay, we're gonna just kind of follow this tutorial a little bit. Okay, hydraulic panels 1 and 3, no digs are good. Fuel flow looks good. And checking the EAD again, that's right here. No alerts. Status right now, we got engine ice on, windshield heat on, and transition level. Have we crossed over yet? A second. Certainly have. Okay, we are set, and that is it, folks. Okay, cruise is basically a monitoring phase, as you know, in all aircraft. We watch the navigation, we watch top of descent, when is that going to occur, items of that nature per page. So we got 22 miles top of climb, and we'll have top of descent. So it's not allowed. What did I click? That's not allowed. Okay. We'd be on with ATC. We'd be talking. We'd be looking at when should we be looking for our top of descent. All of these things I'm actually doing right now, believe it or not. Just so you all know, where are we? We are looking at top of descent. I'm not sure if where it is after WHOLL, WHOLL. I don't know if that's going to be true or not, so we'll find out here shortly. Because actually on my flight plan page, it says before. Now, how many miles before? It doesn't say that. Airbus would have said, I believe, the distance in between there. So that I'm a little disappointed in. Let's see, what page 2? I thought we actually hit page 2. If I'm reading this right, it looks like about 60 miles before WHOLL. So, but I don't know what kind of parameters that will be. Alright, I didn't know that, so I take that disparaging comment away, folks. I just learned something. Okay, so we're on page 1. And basically, I'm going to, I think it's right there, top of descent. Okay. All right, well, let's get into 34 and see if, first off, she'll actually level off. That's a problem we had every flight. This plane wants to porpoise and not sit on the altitude it's told to. Okay, speaking of which, let's kind of just see what happens. I'll tell you right now, the rate it's climbing, that's part of the problem. But so far it's making me look bad. I like that when a plane does that. Here she goes porpoising, and she's not even at 34. Change it. Top of descent 55 miles. Let's say I'm going to go with it, and if I have to, I will set the descent myself. That looks good so far. All right, we'll let it do its thing. Okay, we are now over MYERZ. Or almost over MYERZ. That's one thing I do have troubles with, but that's just learning the gauges. These are a little different. That is one of my pet peeves with this plane also, where I'm in the Airbus, I'm in the Boeing 737. The displays look like what you would see in the real planes. This one, toyish. They need, unless there's a mod up there to make this look more realistic, this does not look like what an MD-11's panel looks like. And by that I mean these gauges. Hello, man, 66. Thank you for the raid. Welcome in, Raiders, to the Flying with Mike program. We are currently on a short hop, St. Louis to Memphis. Welcome in, Raiders. We appreciate you. And we are approaching top of descent. So thank you so much. And for the Raiders coming in, hey, we'd love you to hit follow, folks. Follow us into our next stream. And that way you get an email letting you know when we're airborne again. But we're in an airplane I'm not a big fan of in the real world, the MD-11. Granted, they're about to be put to the boneyards. But, I mean, overall, it's an okay aircraft. If you like this airplane, then you will. If you're a fan of it, then you will like this plane. But welcome in. Thank you for the raid there, Mr. Hollowman 66X. All right, and we're moving now to set up for top of descent. All right, let's see if we can actually do this right today, folks. Okay, so we got our anti-ice on RA. Let's set that to 200 right now. Not going to mess with barrows and all of that good stuff today. QNH stays because we're at 34. We'll set our altitude. What the heck did I say our first altitude was? Oh boy. Get that turned off. That, still have that on? No, I did not. Good. Let's see. Below 26. 10,000. Okay, we're going to set 10,000. Why you say 10,000, I hear out there. All right, here is the arrival, folks. The Baba Q3. Going to come off WHOLL, Hog, Barbecue, and head to Jamala. From Jamala, we're going to head to the initial for 18 left. That is why we're not on ATC today. I pre-programmed it, then realized Memphis came up, looked at the winds, and said they're going to switch the runway on me. So we're going to just stick with the D-ATIS we had prior to departure. All right, so 10,230 we'll set. You know what? I don't know if this thing automatically starts down or not. We're going to find out. But anyway, there's your arrival. Turbojets only, and expect either north or south on your arrivals, meaning north arrivals 18, south you're coming in from the south up to the 36s. Of course, 9 and 27 throw the whole wrench in the matter, and we should have done that. Oh, I didn't even think about that. So, but again, welcome in, Raiders. We sure appreciate you. Okay, we're going to see if this thing starts on its own or if I got to tell it to. Okay, real quick, we're going to 18 left. So from Jamala, we're going direct Reese and straight in on the ILS. I don't think I have to set the ILS on this one. Okay, so there's our approach frequencies. The localizer today will confirm that we have a rad nav page. Yes, we do. Okay. 111.15, approach 180. Ronnie, which is 7 miles from the approach end, going to be at 2,000 feet. That's 1,600, call it 1,700 feet above the ground. Decision altitude, which is what will be on the altimeter, folks. I like to specify these. That'll be 501 feet. Radar altimeter, that's above the ground, 200 feet. Both equate to the same distance that you'll be above the ground. One just reads off your altimeter, the other off the radar altimeter, which is the above the ground. Missed approach. Then below it tells you your transition, and if you live in the United States and don't know this, shame on you. No, just kidding, folks. If you're new to aviation, you won't even know that. Anywhere pretty much in North America is 18,000 feet. Go to Europe, you'll be lucky to find 2 countries with the same transition, and sometimes within that country 2 cities with the same transition altitude. So it's real fun when you get out of the US sometimes. Pay attention to those if you have charts. Again, Renee, 15 or 14 and a half mile final. How are we coming down? I just heard the engine spooling down. It does not appear as we are. Thought it would automatically. There she goes. Okay, then we got Bryson right there at 3.5 out. So we start 14 and a half miles out, 2,000 by Ronnie, which is 7 out, and then 3.5 roughly by Bryson. Vertically 3,000 down to 2,000, then our missed approach point. Nice that it's here. You know what? I don't know what we're going to be doing. Stand by. Speed-wise, I'm going to plan. You know, we did a tailwind takeoff. Let's probably do a tailwind. Oh my gosh, the winds have flipped here. They sure have. Okay, auto land, and we'll do medium. By auto land, well, we may. Who knows? I haven't tried that yet. Anti-ice, I forgot engines on. Okay, so we're going to do 150 for our VAP. Okay, so as you look at that chart, 150's in between. You get the guesstimated, folks. Let's go with 815 feet per minute. Sound good? And about 2 minutes and I'm going to go 5 seconds. So 2 minutes, 5 seconds from the time we cross Ronnie. When that hits 205, if we're in the soup, we better be on the go. Because if we don't see that runway and we're below that, if you've ever watched Flying with Mike, you'll see what happens sometimes when you go below minimums. Or you take off when airports are still supposed to be below minimums. So 501 against the minimum altitude, altimeter-wise, 200 radar altimeter, RVR of 18, or a half mile. And then if we start losing things, you see what we lose. All right, there you go, folks, the arrival brief as we start our descent. Now, here's the one thing I'm kind of still at a loss. There should be a way to set up landing data. I thought so. All right, so we're gonna be flaps 35. They're calling 160 and a VREF of what? Oh my. Okay, yeah, we'll go with this. So, flaps 35. And we'll show, for those of you that came in with Holloman 63, was it? 66X, my bad. Will show you something unique with this plane. I'm not sure I like it that much. And, okay, we're crossing WHOLL right now. We'll show that here. As our FMCs say, flaps 35. Ooh, this one. This is a weird airplane, folks. Okay, your flap levers here. What in the world? I can already hear people saying, what is dial a flap? Right here. For your takeoff flap setting, you dial your flap setting. And then you come down to it. Kind of weird. I don't know. Maybe that's why a lot of passenger carriers didn't like this. I don't know. This plane did not sit well with airlines. Sat well with cargo, but not with airlines. But we'll be coming down to the flaps 35 notch. So the other nice thing that I do like about this over other aircraft, one thing, you get the flaps indication here and here. I think it's right in here where it comes in. So it does tell you in front of you instead of having to look down what you're looking for. Now, granted, other aircraft have HUDs, and that takes care of that. Okay, we're going to drop to 20. I think we're doing fine on this descent. All right, so I think we have everything set to go here, folks. What I'm going to do is set my FMS over here to the approach page and keep this one on this. Now, this manual I can actually get rid of because literally we are going to go direct. That's usually left in there for vectoring. And we're going to pretty well try our best to make all the altitudes by going straight at it. And again, all I did is click clear, got rid of the manual first, then clear, got rid of the discontinuity. Now we're fully connected from Jamala over to Reese, and then we'll come on the ILS. Okay, folks, hopefully there was a commercial break in there and you all got a break from hearing my voice for the last 40 minutes. I'm going to take a little break myself, not leaving the cockpit at all, folks, because too much going on here with really a new plane to me. So I'll be watching the chat room and trying to keep up with you all and the aircraft. So again, thank you all. If you're new to the channel, we'd love for you to smash follow. And that way we can see you on future flights. If you're watching this, from YouTube, smash that subscribe button. That way, and hit that little bell, and you'll know the next time we release a video. So, I think I got it all. Let's head into Memphis. Heading for Memphis. Wait, that wrong song. Disregard. So, Hawker, hope you're still out there. I hope you're enjoying, and I hope I'm doing a little better and able to help you with any of the struggles you're having with this plane. Eight minutes to go, folks. Okay, I kind of bumped that up a little. Nice lightning. Okay, now as we come over barbecue, the big thing here is be below 23,000. Now, mind you, folks, Jamala is a 10,000 foot hard altitude. So, and that is only, I believe, 13 miles. So we need possibly hit a hold here. Yeah, we are. All right, so we're going to hit a hold. And the hold actually goes... Let's get her turning. Outbound leg is 296 on this hold. And what I'm allowing us to do, folks, is first get slowed. If we are slowing, yeah, we are. And then head for our altitude. That within 13 miles, folks, we should, keyword here, should, oh, the things I gotta learn on this plane. Alright, so now I need us to be okay. I'd like us to buy a barbecue to have been around 15 or so thousand. We were still in the 20s, so that's why I opted for the hold. Get us slowed to about 220, 240, and bring us down. If I come in at 10,000, I'm happy. There's 18,000. Let me grab the VTAR, and I'll show you all how you can get it. We'll just use VATSIMs. They are showing 2970. And just a real recap, 040 at 10 miles visibility. Broken layer 2,100 feet, so we're going to be coming in on the ILS good distance here, folks. Overcast 45 is 19 degrees, and currently a dry runway, so that's good. And expect 18 right, 18 left. So what I plan to do is begin my turn back here at about 15,000 feet. Like I said, if I level off at 10,000, perfect. Because from Jamala over, I believe it's only like 35, 40 miles. So okay, so I'm going to go ahead. Again, our turn. Intercept course 116. Okay, we're going to need, Jamala is 230, so we'll have to slow a little more. Let's get some speed brakes involved here. Okay, we're going to go direct Jamala now. All right, folks, we are getting close. We're just getting basically on track here for the arrival vertically, and then we'll start our arrival. I would like to get rid of these. So, would really love to work with someone that knows this plane inside and out, so that, you know, if we do start flying it a little bit more, for nostalgia, we would be able to. Okay, let's, again, my other big pet peeve with this, nothing pops out. And that irritates doing. This would be so nice to have, but I know people are going, well, that's not how it works in the real plane. It's not the real plane, folks. All right, so RadNav. I am just going to play it safe so I don't have to keep coming back to this. Okay, I'll give it a little further. How about that? Give it a little further to go, and then I'm going to come back and check. All right, so after Jamala, Reese is going to be 3,000, and I think we're supposed to be continue at 230, and then start slowing on the ILS. Now I'm going to probably be down to 210, just because of learning the plane and all. Okay, let's take a look out some windows. This looks like it could be pretty cool. Nice look at the clouds. Really nice. How do you clean the windshield? Besides tell maintenance to do that. All right, so coming down to 3,000. I know you hotshot MD-11 pilots can fly it faster. I need to stay at a certain pace with the plane. Okay, I'm definitely going to make my altitude, so I'm happy there. All right, folks, again, my apologies. Sometimes I get really focused in on the hand of flying, so bear with me as we work in here. Again, thank you for the raid there. Holloman 66X, thank you, Raiders, for coming aboard. Thank everybody here for supporting the stream tonight, and thank you so much Thank you, Hawker, for taking time of your night to show up. Mike, or I'm sorry, Matt, for showing up, as well as Bad Attitude. And if I missed anyone, my apologies. But thank you, one and all, for coming out. Hopefully, I'll do some good here on the landing. Matter of fact, you know what? I'm just gonna throw what I think I might be able to. Okay, let me check that RadNav page, see if we're set. Looks like we have our frequency set in 1115 IEXS. Okay, I see that there. And a course of 179, it should be 180. That ought to be, you know what? We're not flying on ATC, so we'll go with it. ATC, I would firm it up to 180 per chart. Okay, currently, as you can see on the screen, again, I wish I could blow these up for you, but I can't. No localizer, no glide slope at this moment. We should be picking it up by the river. Okay, we'll get the approach flaps started in. Slats are out. Ah, there's where it goes on there, folks. See how it shows here and here what's deployed. Okay, we got the localizer. I did. All right, so we got some flaps out. Okay, again, approach speed's 163 and reref 158. On localizer, Got a little ways for being on the glide slope. Now is when I'll bring this back. Okay, we're 15-mile final, runway 18 left. If I did everything right. And it looks like it because there's my fixes the way they should be. All right, we're now 10-mile final. Runway is in sight. Flaps are going to 20. Gears coming down. All right, and 4 green. Gear down, flaps 20.
2500.
Laps set 35. Arming spoilers. Again, folks, if you're trying to figure this out like I was, use the hand. It looks like you're grabbing it, pull it up. That took 4 flights to figure that out.
Autopilot. Autopilot. Autopilot.
Okay, runways in sight. And Memphis Tower, FedEx 811, approximately 7-mile final, 18 left. Roger, clear to land, 18 left, FedEx 811.
Glide slope, 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 glide slope.
Approaching minimum.
Landing.
200.
Sync rate, sync rate, sync rate, sync.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
All right, welcome to Memphis. We're not taking a tour like we did St. Louis, folks, a few weeks ago. All right, we'll exit here at Echo and work our way back up to FedEx. Still in reverse? Doggone it, we are. All right, folks, again, welcome to Memphis. Heading over to the FedEx ramp all the way. We flew right over it, by the way, folks. Go figure, the CG is out. I can't imagine why. All right, well, let's get this bad boy down to the Memphis folks. We'll take a look at this, see what the numbers read here in a minute. Let's get this aircraft cleaned up. Spoilers down. And one thing I already know I did wrong. Did not set my auto brakes. So we had to stomp on them. That's okay. So overall, we did pretty good on this run. I mean, there's still a lot of mistakes, a lot of learning to do. So, you know, we got a ways to go on this plane. Huh. I don't see a taxi light on this plane. Should be right on the nose. Then again, I really don't see anything on the wings or any kind of sign of a beacon. I see those when I fly it at night, but not, which would be a normal fly time, but not by day. That is one of those things with X-Plane that, yeah, if you want to say there's still some bugs, that's one of them. The lighting is, you know, and in this case, I think it's more to rotates issue and maybe not X-Plane, because most of the default planes light up perfectly now. And that's all X-Plane's going to worry about. So, but overall, folks, it's not a bad plane. Not, like I've said at the beginning, not one of my favorites, so don't look for a glaring review that, oh my God, this changed my opinion of the Trash 11. No, it did not. But it is a good aircraft to fly if you like this plane, folks. I will say this much. If you like this plane, you will enjoy flying it. You will get what you want out of it. Now let's get the APU firing up. All right, real quick as we taxi in. Just catch, oh my God, I forgot. All right, so the APU is on, the flaps are up. What do we got to set the state trim for? Is it 4 in this one or something different? I know the state trim sets in this thing to a different number than we're used to. After takeoff, approach parking. Three units. Okay, that's what I was looking for. And Memphis Tower, FedEx 811, like to cross runway 921. Roger, cross 921 to FedEx. And Roger via Victor to the FedEx ramp. We're just to let you know, clear of runway 9 and switching to FedEx ramp. FedEx ramp, FedEx 811 heavy. Stand of choice, FedEx 811. Of course, in the real world, you would never get that clearance, folks. FedEx would have a spot for you. I'm trying to determine which one looks good. I think we'll take the next one just so we can call it. All right, parking brake set. All right, hopefully we won't roll back like we did earlier today. That was quite hilarious, folks. If you haven't seen it, be on the watch for that one, folks. That actually was truly hilarious. Going into Entebbe. That was... What a trip. Anyway, that was this morning or this afternoon. This is this evening. Again, welcome into Memphis, folks. Let's see here. Can I clear these? No, let's go ahead. APU puts us on AP hour. Okay. We're on the generator. Okay, I am gonna go ahead, shut this bad boy down. All right, we are ready to take a look at this flight. Now, I would have been able to tell you how well FedEx graded me on this. I forgot to start that. All right, so I'm just checking to see if I can close everything. Oh, yeah, we'll leave it there. Okay, fuel switches, transponder. Let's, even though we weren't online, let's just do it so we remember to do this. Okay. Stave trim and APU total tail fuel quantity check. Fuel switches off. Transponder seatbelts. Doors may be open. IRS lit. All right, folks, we are here. So let's come up here so we have a better viewing point. And let's pull Sim Toolkit up here since we were erroneous and are not starting an ACARS program. Okay, so it's already filed for us, 1 hour and 15 minutes, FedEx 811. Okay, we'll go to view details. And by the way, this is Sim Toolkit, folks, a free utility. Outstanding. For training purposes, for learning. What did I do? How did I, fly? Okay, right now, this is not bad. Even though I've got almost a 400 foot per minute vertical speed, which sometimes I like to argue with it about because that didn't feel like 400 feet. Then again, a big airplane. It could have been. Threshold, right here. New to aviation, folks. Okay, what you're looking at on this runway, there's a lot of information right there for you. First off, our charts told us 8,800, well, not 88, 9,000 feet of runway. We knew that. Okay, so your threshold, this is where you're supposed to land onward from there, not behind it. Don't touch down in this in the real world. In the sim, don't care. In the real world, you land this way. Each of these hash marks, this is called a precision runway. They're 500 foot marks. I like to use this analogy just because it kind of helps. Some people have told me it actually makes sense, which is weird, flying with Mike making sense. If you're a golfer, and I mean a golfer who knows the course he's on, he or she will know those trees and bushes and stuff, how far from the holes they are. A good caddy would know that too. That's how they know I'm 300 yards away, and if I use the 3-wood. By the way, those announcers are 2 blocks away. They're still whispering because you don't want to ruin the shot. So it's kind of the same way. It kind of tells you how far down the runway. And if you were still running at 100 plus knots and you get to here, you might want to tighten your belt a little bit because you're going off. But again, it tells you how much runway you have left. All right. So real quick, that's just a quick look at the runway, folks. There's other things you can pick up from here. Those are the biggies. The other big one is right here. These big white pads, boy, don't they stand out? Well, they stood out to me as we came in. Now, they may not be positioned right in the flight sims. I don't care which one you fly. But that one's a very important one. That's what we're aiming for to put the wheels on. Because it's such an easy target. Okay. However, we miss, as you can tell, quite a bit. Look, I'm not the only one that went long. So, and that's not Sim World, folks. That's a real Google, whatever, leaflet, whatever page it is. So again, that's where you aim to touch down. Pappy's, by the way, were right there. Glide slope tower, I think that's it right there. I could be wrong. Okay, so we landed 882 feet down the runway. Now, we're a little shy of that in this picture, but I think we were actually long on the sim. Now, I may not have been because I knew I was trying to get that nose up even more to ease it in for the landing. So 8 degrees is not bad in a MD-11, folks. And we hit at 1.7 Gs. So hey, again, not bad. 400 feet a minute. I'm not going to complain. 7 feet off the center line. Now, on a wide body aircraft, you want to be as close as you can get to that center line. But once your nose covers that runway, guess what? You're at the mercy of the localizer then to keep it down the center. So overall, really good landing from this vantage point. Even though the number to some, you hurt that plane. No, I did not. They could take a 700 to 800 foot a landing and still be fine. Anyway, one more look. Ooh, look at that. We're inside the building. Some fun things to look at. Hawker likes this a lot. The floating objects. Look at that over there. There's one floating. I'll give you a real good one here in a second. Look at a tower floating. Well, X-Plane hasn't fixed it yet, Hawker. I think part of this building, part of this tower is floating, and that's floating. And this isn't the only airport, folks. By the way, there's your SFLs for the approach light system here. That would have been MYERZ system. I wasn't sure if it was MYERZ or high ALS. So, what do you say we put this sucker, try to do a replay. Something X-Plane I did all the time in X-Plane 11, X-Plane 12, it's kind of roll the dice. Sometimes it'll work, sometimes it won't. So let's see if this is one of those. Sometimes it's going to work. No extra programs needed for this, folks. Comes with X-Plane. So far, so good. How about we start? That's a good starting point right there. Now, I did not know that landing gear came down. How about that? I wonder if that is real to life. So far, so good. Here, let's hop in and find out. I can't tell. Okay, real MD-11 pilots. Does that really happen in real life? The middle gear come down on its own without the others? Because I hadn't put the gear down until they came down. I know it did that in the some of the bombers, but I didn't know it did it in this plane. I'm sorry. That did not look rough. Oh well. We argue this all the time. That actually looked like a really good landing. Here, let's scoot to the side. as Panda lands. Oh well. I mean, y'all can judge yourself. That looked pretty good to me. I mean, I saw nothing but grease. But who knows? I'm not the judge. It's a program. As we fly over the FedEx complex. Kind of eerie to think they're flying right over where a lot of planes park in the middle of the night. Not much wing flex like we did this afternoon, folks. Wow. Well, folks, yeah. Isn't that kind of creepy, though, you think about that? A lot of aircraft sitting there, fuel, the whole 9 yards. Hired pilot comes in and take a real bad note. I'm sorry, folks. I have a feeling, I have to say this much. That was a pretty good landing. So, well, folks, we're going to wrap things up here with that final look at that landing. I want to say thank you to all of you that came out. Holloman66 X-Ray, thank you so much for the raid. And all the raiders that came with you. Hey, I'd love you before you leave to smash in that follow button and join us. But for now, folks, we're going to kind of head on out of here. Hope you all have the rest of your night here on this Friday Eve. A grand night, and we will see you the next time we fire up Firing with Mike. For now, God bless you all. Have a great day. We'll see you then. Good night, everyone. God bless.